honestly, if you haven't been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, if you haven't read all of the Sarah J. Maas universe, why are you even here? Pause the video, go do all of that, level up, and get on my fucking level, bro. And then you can come back and talk to me, okay? So, when you've done that, come back. Hey, trashlings. Welcome back to the Demon Trash Podcast. It's your boy, Carol, a.k.a. Papa Trash.
And Avery, a.k.a. Baby Demon.
And I hope you're ready for... These are demon hours.
Yeah, just do us a favor. Do me a favor. Do me a favor right now. Like, stop perceiving me.
You actually don't have my consent to perceive me. So if you are watching the video form of this podcast, I fucking hate you.
Minimize.
Minimize it immediately.
Leave it playing.
Why don't you just head over to Spotify like a real fucking person?
They have video on Spotify though too.
Turn it off. Who watches that? I don't.
Video.
I don't watch the video on Spotify.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, put some chores, like, start doing some chores or something. Start.
The point is I'm greased up like a little pig. I'm ready for bed. These are Goblin. I'm in Goblin mode. Okay, we're in an era right now. This is an era. Okay, and I don't want to hear it. I tried to even out my skin tone. I don't want to hear it.
You look pale like a ghost right
I don't want to fucking hear it. So the point is that we're back. Hey, how you doing? How's everybody doing? How's January going of 2024? I opened TikTok one time today. One time. Mm-hmm. Watched one video. Do you know what it was?
What?
An old British woman saying that this generation will never be able to buy a house.
Nice.
And she was crying. And I said, that's enough for today.
What a bummer.
Right? So no ticky talks for me today. Mm-hmm. But plenty of demon trash moments. Let's talk about it.
Jesus, my ears are ringing.
That was a good clap. 3.
I think you airbended with how fucking strong that was.
You blow backwards.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Demon trash moments. Eating left no fucking crumbs, bitch. So, no, I'm not. This is really, I don't know what dude, honestly, call the cops.
What?
Call the police. Call
Why?
a doctor, a medic, immediately. Kindle Unlimited. I need to quit it, but I can't.
Oh.
It's too good.
Kindle Unlimited?
It's not good, though, because I'm going to tell you what...
Are you on a smut bender right now? Is what you're trying to tell me?
Okay. So I've been reading a lot of great books lately, but a lot of them haven't had a good dicking. Okay?
Whoa, okay.
Not a whole lot of... There's romance, but not a whole... There's a lot of fade to black. You catch my drift? There's a lot of first kisses. Mm-hmm. So I open on my Kindle, and I'm like, it's on here. Mm-hmm. What's popping over here? Because you said like you pulled up Divine Rivals. I was like, they might have some good shit on there. Because normally it's like always just like kind of like the shitter stuff, not like shitty, but like
free ebooks vibes.
Yeah, like there's usually like. I don't know. You're catching my drift.
Okay, this is gonna sound
like,
bad.
There's good books on Kindle Unlimited.
It's gonna sound bad, but like it's not bad anymore. But it's giving self-published books.
Yeah, no, and I don't mean offense by that. I just mean that anyone can be posting books on there. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, on that note, I open it up, and what pops up is something. I'm fucking pissed off at myself, dude. I'm pissed off because Hunting Adeline, the sequel, pops up.
Oh my God.
And I said to myself, after I read Hunting Adeline, I said, yeah, I think I genuinely have no interest in reading this. Mm-hmm. Girl, the other night, the night before last, I went to bed really early. I woke up in the middle of the night for some reason. I was bored. I didn't want to turn on a light to bother my partner so I could read. So I open up Kindle Unlimited. Hunting Adeline comes up, and like a little demon inside me was like, read it. Read it. And I have begun. I am more than halfway through. And this thing's a fucking honker. Because I was like, how many pages is it? Like, how big is this? I saw a physical copy of this book. This thing is fucking huge. It's like over 500 pages of like pure. I don't even know what the fuck I'm reading, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. I don't know what
spicy, or is it just weird?
It's a dark romance. So like there's spice, but it has me questioning
her through the woods with an axe, like constantly.
No, it's worse. it's fucking way worse. It just has me sitting here wondering why I'm doing this. And why I could just be like, oh, I could DNF it. I don't need to.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, you could just DNF.
Dude, I look myself in the mirror, I fucking force choke myself, and I go, stop reading it. Stop. Just stop. Gobbling. Fucking speed of light. And I'm not like reading the pages in full. I'm sort of just doing the a 1, 2, I'm getting like the gist of what's going on.
It's the smut, and then you're just like,
and then we're paying attention.
Yeah.
And I'm fucked up because it's like, I don't even like, the writing is so bad. I hate it, but I can't stop reading it. It's like they fucking put crack in this thing. I don't know, dude. It's fucked up. Somebody help me. That's what I've been going through. That's my demon trash moment.
You can delete it, undownload it.
No, I'm not going to. No. I can't. I gotta see how this ends. It's like a fucking soap opera, dude. It's like the craziest shit ever. I mean, honestly, this shit is like, I don't recommend it to any. Please don't read this unless you're fucking brave. There's some horrible stuff in it, and you know what? That's where I just go skip. It's over. Cool. I just skip it because I'm just like, I don't need to read that. I don't want to read that. Why is this even in the story? What's the fucking plot?
Sick and twisted, I guess.
Yeah, dark romances are crazy. I feel like I dipped my toe because I dove into monster romance in 2023. I was like, I'm gonna try out some dark romance. I jumped into Haunting Adeline, and now Hunting Adeline, and now I'm like, okay, can somebody actually recommend like a good dark romance, or is this just dark romance? Because I feel like Haunting Adeline is just like kind of like a league of its own dark romance, like banned book level dark romance, and I'm just like, I need a recommendation. I don't even fucking know what I'm doing. I feel crazy, and like, you know what? It's like I've been reading all these amazing books, but then like this little gremlin inside of me was like, you need to read about fucking. You need to read about fucking.
Okay,
and I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. No, I'm reading Brandon Sanderson, like The Way of Kings right now. And it's like 1,000 pages. Yeah. And I have to like put on my fucking like work check and construction hat, just to like be like, all right, I'm gonna read a chapter tonight.
Your newsboy hat.
Yeah, meanwhile, like fucking like
down the hall from
Love Hypothesis is just like sitting there right on my like,
you know what you could do,
on my bedside table, and I'm just like,
ugh. Well, people are always like, how do you, like, my boyfriend's always like, how do you read so much? Because I usually read 2 books at once. Like right now I'm reading The Hurricane Wars.
See, it's like
I just started that, and then I'm reading Hunting Adeline. I wish I wasn't.
No, because the thing about me with romance novels, I like gotta finish those suckers in like, I finish them in like 2 days.
That's the thing. It's like I can't put it down. I'm way further.
Control. Like I don't know, when I crack the romance book open, like there's no control of how long. It's like I was supposed to read this to go to bed, and now I'm up till 3 a.m. because I'm waiting for them to hold hands. Like I just like,
it's 3 a.m. They entered the tavern, and there's one bed. It's just like
like now it's time to, yes.
Now we go in. Now my adrenaline is pumping.
So it's like
bookish girl things.
But then with like, my hardcore fantasy novel like that, it's like, okay. I actually did get good where I'm trying to do 1 chapter a night, but I end up doing like 3 or 4 last night.
I feel like if
I'm like, it's starting to pick up with the plot.
Yeah, well, I feel like if you only do 1 chapter a night, you're going to be reading that until you're like 80 years old.
No, it'd be like, I don't know, probably take 2 months.
That's so long.
No, I read a good amount, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I can't consume smut in like good proportions. It's either like way too much or like none sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
I felt like it kind of feels like, I don't know how else to put it.
No portion control.
Right, exactly. I feel like an addict returning to Kindle Unlimited because I was reading a lot of Kindle Unlimited. I've actually not read anything on Kindle Unlimited for like months. And I'm not saying like don't read Kindle Unlimited, but like I was reading analog for like a few months, and then it's like because it's like I don't have control over Kindle Unlimited. I'm like an addict. It's like going into the candy store. Like I could choose a completely normal book, but Kindle Unlimited knows, so it just put the most fucking ridiculous shit in front of me and goes, "Come on, you can have it right now." And it's like, yeah, I'm down to read some depraved shit. It's the middle of the night. I have nothing to do. And I don't know what in my brain says that I need to do that. Lizard brain, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my demon trash moment. So, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not saying no.
I'm talking to the voices. Oh. I don't want to hear it. I know I'm reading Hunting Adeline. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Is it hunting or haunting?
First one's haunting. Sequel is hunting.
Hunting. Oh,
yes, ma'am.
I don't think I'd like it because like my worst fear is like being chased. You know what I mean?
Oh, Adeline, bitch, love that.
No, I don't want to be chased.
Yeah, I don't want.
Unless I like 100% like know who's chasing me, and it's like we like decided, hey, this is consensual.
Girl, you're not gonna run.
I don't like running, that's
straight up. And you got bad knees. You're not gonna want to run, dude. It's not gonna turn you on.
Right.
I'm just saying, that's not gonna turn you on. I know.
Running in the woods and then being like tackled and hogged.
You're just like, fuck.
That's horrible.
Just go get in trouble with the law. Have a cop tackle you to the ground.
Being dragged to a car.
Dude. All right.
That's what I imagine hunting. What's going on in Hunting Adeline?
Oh, it's 1,000 times worse. It's 1,000 times worse.
Being kept in a basement.
That's just the first. That's essentially that's the first book.
Yeah.
And then it just gets crazier. But yeah, what's your demon trash moment? I don't want to hear it anymore.
All right, so my demon trash moment. I really need support. I need
from me.
Yeah, I don't need judgment. I need to feel like I'm in a safe place to open up to you about this.
I just told you I was reading Hunting Adeline.
I don't want to be judged.
Fine, I'm not going to judge.
I need to know that this is a safe, secure place.
It's kind of. Let's see where this goes.
All right, so kind of
like, yeah, it's safe.
So
ish.
The other day we were talking about like Valentine's Day, right? Like we were talking about like, oh, we should do this video for Valentine's Day or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, oh, what should I do for my Valentine's Day plans? Like, because it's like, I don't have a partner or anything like that. A lot of times the single gals out there, we do like a like Galentine's Day, or like a lot of like single people like do just like a kind of like a self-care day for themselves, right? Like show themselves love. And so in my brain, I thought to myself, I was like, you know what I'll do for Valentine's Day? Is load up an old save of Baldur's Gate and go on a date with my man Gale. And I was like, genuinely in my mind, I was like, that seems like so nice. Like such a good time. like actually looking forward to it. And I was like, maybe like I'll get myself a bottle of wine and just play Baldur's Gate and go on a date with my man's Gale. And I was just like, this is so sad. This is so sad. Feeling deeply single in that moment. Deeply.
I don't know how. I have no fucking idea, but I knew that's what you were going to say. I knew you were going to say that.
Why, Al?
I just know you, dude, I guess. Like, as soon as you brought up Valentine's Day, I was like, she's talking about Baldur's Gate. Yeah. With Gale, though?
Yeah, dude.
He's the one for you? You don't want to, like, try someone else out?
I don't know. In this, like, in my, like, newest playthrough, I was like, I'll just see what pops up, but I don't know. I was like, I'm not gonna close any doors yet, but I don't know.
It's early days, mate.
It's early days, but Gale, he really does just have my heart. Like, he really does. Like, he's like fucking, like, when he, like, finally stops talking about his ex, which is actually never, but he, like, literally has, like, he's such a dork. He has, like, such funny, cheesy lines. He's, like, all he wants to do is, like, read books.
Yeah.
Like, and chill. And, like, he fucking, like, wants to astral project into, like, the fucking ethereal plane, like, and just fuck around up there, like, all the time. He's crazy.
It's awesome.
He's, like, Mr. fucking Darcy, too, with the romance.
I feel you, dude. It's cool. That's cool.
But, yeah. That was my demon trash moment. I just like.
Is it sad and deranged? Yes. But do I see you and understand? Yes. Do I support it? Yes.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I should get you a body pillow with Gale on it.
It's too much.
No. I think you need it.
I don't want a body pillow. I'd rather have like some nice art or something.
A shrine.
A shrine, yeah. So I can start building a shrine.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I did see some of you responded if you were in Gag City or gagged at Saltburn. And a lot of you said you gagged. And I just want to say, that's sad, babe. You got to get up here in the big leagues. I mean, if it's about the drain, like, because the drain looked gross, I fine. But, like, I mean, bathwater is crazy. I don't know. I just don't think it's that bad. I think the grave scene is worse. Oh. But yeah, trashlings on a poll, they said they were not in Gag City. I thought a lot of people were going to be like, I'm in Gag City over Saltburn. No, babe. They were gagged. They gagged.
They were gross.
They were grossed out. And that's fine. I'm judging you. But I saw a comment today that was like, what's AO3? And I was like, oh, fuck. I can't answer this.
I know. I was like, I can't respond.
I don't want to.
That's someone else's job.
That's someone else's job. I don't want to be an enabler. Like, if you don't know what AO3 is, you're probably normal.
Be safe. You're safe.
You're safe, dude. But if you want to explore, it's there. But I'm not going to be the one who types it into your fucking URL, bro.
No.
Your search bar. All right.
You have to discover it on your own.
I'm not helping you with that. All right, guys. Send us your demon trash moments. I know you got them. It's the start of the year. You're being a little rat. Come on. Tell me. Be truthful. You know how you call me a quitter a lot?
Okay.
Well, not really, because
I don't call you a quitter all the
you
time.
call me a quitter all the time.
Name one time.
With your eyes, dude, silently.
Okay.
And
that's you calling yourself
no,
a quitter.
that's you saying it to me in your head. I can read minds. I hear you. All right. So
I call you a quitter.
Hey, so yeah, you do. But and
I call you a dumb bitch.
And there we go. See?
Which is not a quitter.
Kinda.
No.
Well, you call me a quitter. So anyway, the point is
Like a
that
silly little goose.
Can I say it? Can I speak? Can I fucking speak?
No, because you need to take that back.
Fine. You don't call me a quitter.
Thank you.
Out loud. So
one could speculate that you do call
allegedly,
me a quitter
allegedly
in your mind.
Allegedly. All right, so
Well, you also call me a quitter.
I'm not a quitter, and you aren't either, even though we call each other quitters in our heads, not out loud. The thing is, but other YouTubers are.
Okay.
Like, a lot of YouTubers are quitting, and it's causing some discourse.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's an interesting perspective because it's like, I think YouTube hasn't been around that long. It's like been around like what, fucking 20 years?
Yeah, I mean that's long and not long at all.
Yeah,
You
true.
know what I mean, that's like
internet
almost most of
time.
my life,
Like,
but
in
also
internet time.
not really long time at all in the course of history.
Wait, is it did YouTube? It's not 20 years old. No way.
I don't know how old YouTube is.
YouTube is like, when did it come out? It's like 15.
When did YouTube? 2005.
Holy fucking hell. So it's 19. So it's almost 20 years old.
Oh my god.
That's fucking insane. All right. So, but yeah, no, I just thought it was interesting because I just think like, well, first off, like, why, like, people are shocked by it. People are shocked because a lot of YouTubers, you don't see like people saying like, I'm retiring from YouTube and they're 67. You know what I mean?
They're like 30s.
They're like in their 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been like talking about it and how there's like just insane burnout in content creation that's like, I don't think that people like really address. It's just kind of like something that happens. And that's why like when I say I don't recommend being a content creator to kids or like to anyone, that's why. I really don't mean it. Unless you really fucking want to do it. Unless you really want to do it and you want to work at like, what's his name? Marquis Brown. He put out a video talking about it and he was like, it's like operating at like a professional athlete level. You're practicing, you're dedicating your life to this thing for no money in the hopes that one day it might pay off.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to be okay with working like insane levels, like insane amounts for free. And yeah. So yeah, that'll burn you the fuck out. And but also I think there's a new generation popping up on YouTube. I think YouTube's kind of like, it has like eras.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you think about like these really like these YouTubers that have been on the platform for a really long time, like a lot of them are super successful, so they can like be like, well, I'm gonna retire early because I've made so much money. I can donate a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? Or like, like if you think about like PewDiePie, who like he hasn't even like, I think I saw one of the thumbnails, like PewDiePie was in the thumbnail, but he hasn't like stepped down from YouTube. He's just scaling it back.
Yeah, he's taking a step back.
So a lot of people are they're either quitting or they're like scaling back, and it's like, yeah, because they've been doing it for so long that they don't have to like essentially perform at the same level as like all the people who haven't made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think people are like, there has been some discourse about how people are like, basically like kind of being upset that people are like, it's like, oh, like this is the easiest job in the world. And it's like, it's not easy. Is it a dream? Are they lucky to have it? Absolutely. But it is not easy. And it's not like, like we're very small. Okay. We are in our little slice of the internet. You know, we make enough to keep the lights on, but barely, but like, and we dedicate, like we work on this like more than full time.
Yeah. I mean, like, especially when you're first starting out, like you don't have a team like behind you.
No.
You know what I mean? And like me and Carol, we're our own team.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of work to like be like a content creator, to wear like so many like different hats. And that's why it's like, if you like want to be a content creator, you really gotta want it.
No, you gotta want it like more than anything.
You really gotta want it. You really gotta be committed to doing it, because I don't know at least it hasn't been our experience that it's like we uploaded a video and oh my god, like I'm famous now. Like I've seen some people like they have like brand new channels, like their first or second video, like it's 100,000 views. Like that's not the that's not the normal.
No.
You know,
it's a strike of luck. I mean, you can work at it and build a community. I mean, you can, it's possible, right? But like you hear tons of stories about people doing it for years before they start getting views. Or like, you know, I recently heard a Twitch streamer who's like really famous talk about it, like being like, yeah, I was playing like to like a handful of people and then just one day it changed.
And it's like, so like before you
he was doing that for years.
Before you get to the like successful point, there's a lot of grinding and a lot of hard work, and you're doing most of it all. You're
doing all of it yourself
on your own or out of your own pocket. And people think, oh, it's like, oh, you just sit down in front of a camera and you have to and you make a video, or like you're editing. I think it's like,
I don't think people actually understand like how much work video editing is. I think people like genuinely don't understand how fucking long that takes and how much work it is.
Well, when you have like a highly edited video, like there's like obviously different levels and different amounts of editing. So it's like, yeah, some people they do just have one shot, or like they're not doing any effects or stuff like that. But when you start adding in the like effects and titles and graphics and all that stuff, it ends up being a lot of work. But it's like, I loved what what's his name?
Marquis Brown.
Yeah, Marquis Brown. Like how he talked about like when you're like a content creator, you wear a lot of hats. It's like you film your videos, you're your own cameraman, you set up your own lights, you do your like your audio person, your video editor, you're your writer,
you're a producer,
you're social media manager, you're producing, you're scheduling, you're managing.
All of those roles are something that a company hires and pays annual salaries for. And those people work 40 plus hours a week. Though all those roles right there. And you just do it by yourself. I mean, we're lucky it's two of us. If it was just one of us, I don't even know like how you do something like that. I mean, but yeah, like that's why I say I don't recommend content creation. It's really hard. I mean, we get burnt out all the fucking time. It's like a literal like endless cycle of burnout for various reasons, but it's just true. Like you just burn out so easily because you're going at like 100 miles per hour every day. I mean, I hardly have a fucking social life.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of self-mastery
so much self-mastery.
Like, I think that's been part of our journey. Like, it's like, I think if you want to go be a content creation, like if you want to create content online and you want to be social media person or have your own YouTube channel, I think that's awesome. I think you should you should try, but I just think we can offer like a unique insight to it because we've been doing it so long and because it's become such a topic of conversation that I was like, oh yeah, like, we should talk about it because it's like people are like, well, they're just lazy, or like it's like, why are they quitting? They're so successful. It's like,
yeah,
they might have just gotten burned out. And like for us, like the first few years literally of like content creating, especially like having our like main YouTube channel, like it was all about honestly self-mastery. And I don't even think we're just starting to
get to
to that now. Yeah. Because the burnout, not being able to manage that is like it was like brutal. Like if you like look back at our channel, like we'd be consistent, you would see like our consistent and then we'd like drop off for like a few months. Like you could see that probably for the past few years if you like looked at our posting dates and stuff like that. Like you could probably read that like a roadmap. Yeah, you know, you're like, oh yeah, and that's where they burned out.
Yeah,
like that's literally why it's like, where have you guys been? It's like literally we just weren't able to manage our like
burnout,
our mental states to like be able to keep creating content, because it's like
it's a physical and mental and emotional exhaustion.
Having the energy to like be on camera, having the energy to edit, having the energy to be like to even think like what do we want to do? Like,
yeah, well, like creative burnout's like a real thing. It's like you have to think about like when you're editing, it's like you have to constantly be coming up like, where can I put a joke here? What can I edit? It's like, it's super fun. I can't think, that's the crazy thing is like, I don't recommend this, but I can't imagine myself doing anything else. I mean, there's other things in life that I want to do, but like I've accepted a long time ago that like a traditional job isn't for me. So I was like, I'm going to have to like, but it was like one of those things of like, I'm going to have to fucking like master myself if I want to get anywhere in life. And that's really hard. But like, yeah, I mean, I think being a YouTuber, I think I don't know why I get this feeling, but I get like this like public perception of like content creation as like sort of like, oh, people who just make goofy videos online, and that's just like not the case. Like I just think it's genuinely like people don't understand like how incredible it is to be successful on YouTube. I think that is like insanely cool to me. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's insane. And that's why I look up to so many people. And I do think it's really cool. Like, I look up to, I do think it's really cool. Like, for example, like Smosh, like Anthony Padilla and Ian Hecox have been like, I've been noticing a lot more like content where other creators who have been doing it for a really long time are getting interviewed, and they're starting to give their insights over and reflecting on, a decade or two of work. And I just really appreciate it, because even back when we started, we're like, let's do this thing. A lot of like stuff about content creating was like super gatekept. Like you didn't really know how to start in a way.
A lot of stuff like is still gatekept too.
For sure.
Like
people are being more transparent now though.
Yeah, because like if you want to get into it, like, oh, when you actually start making money and you start having sponsors, it's like no one really tells you how much they're making.
Bro, that was insane.
So like, it's hard to gauge what you're worth.
When we started, exactly. And it's so hard because it's not like you can just Google that.
Yeah. Because everyone's different.
Everyone's
going to be able to negotiate a new like, and there's rate.
And there's different things.
Or a different rate.
It depends on like it, whatever.
And also there's
so much that goes into it.
Like going from that, there's no roadmap to success too either. It's like, oh, you like most of the time it's just like social media strategy and like content strategy, and just like I'm not trained in that. Exactly.
Also, but there's also just like, that's another thing of like, most like jobs, like you pretty much have like a roadmap of like hierarchy to rise through or like whatever to get to the next level. But when it comes to this, it's like, this is extremely risky, extremely stupid. And you kind, and there's really nobody like that you can call on. There are no mentors to be like, hey, help me, make a YouTube channel. It's all just like, or like to build this thing. And I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. But, I do think what I think is also really interesting is that the burnout is still happening despite how far people have come and the level of success. But Marky Brown talked about it as like, even when you get to that level and you expand and get a team, then not only are you content creating, but now you're managing a fucking like company. You're managing a team of people to make your thing happen. And it's very, it's a lot. But I do think it's interesting. And yeah, I'd love to know what people's perspective is, because I don't know. I do tend to get this idea that people have a very like, I don't know if this is the word, but vapid view on content creators. And I don't know why I get that perception.
I think maybe because like obviously they don't know what's going on behind the screen. So it's like, oh, they're posting every day. It seems super easy. It's like they just turn on their camera and goof around or whatever, Yeah. So like a lot of people, they don't know what behind the scenes of what it takes to make a video, or like how much prep goes behind it, the scheduling of making what, do you know what I mean? So I think people just think, oh, that must be such an easy job, because it's like really successful content creators make it seem so easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
and this is not to say that we're good content creators. I don't think there's any such thing. We're just trying out this thing and hoping it pops off.
Yeah, I'm just doing my best right now, but like,
and some of you fuck
if
with
you think about like people like PewDiePie who is uploading every single day.
Yeah.
For like years.
That's insane. Like, how do you have a life?
Well, obviously he records, but then like I think he had editors, but it's like, you know, if you were doing that all by yourself, you'd like go insane.
For sure.
Because like a lot of the times, like with us, like we had to like delay our podcast because it's like, I don't know what to talk about because all I've been doing is working.
Exactly.
Like on
that's real.
The content. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So it's like, I need to like go back in and tune back in to like see what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be like, oh, I have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
it's a weird balance. It's like, it's really hard because you have to like figure out, it's like this endless cycle of burnout because you have to manage like insane levels of work, hours and hours and hours and hours of work dedicated to work that I love. But then, you know, it doesn't leave a whole lot of time for you or time for the people in your life or for you to like, you know, it's like last week it's like I was slammed trying to finish a video and, you know, a bunch of other things. And it's like,
well, especially if you're also doing your other job or like another
or
job,
like, because if this doesn't fully support you, it's like, you got to go make money somewhere else. And it's like, that is actually more common than you think. A lot of your content creators that you're watching right now who may even have like 100,000 subscribers, probably if this is their only job, they're very lucky. Mm-hmm. Very lucky. And it depends. It depends on what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I will say if there's one thing you need is stability, I wouldn't count on being a content creator.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's almost like being an actor. You have no clue if you're going to be successful enough. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But
you can content create your whole life, but if you want it to be your like income or whatever, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's risky. It's risky.
But if you're like, you want to just have fun and upload videos,
that's one thing.
That's a whole other thing.
Which is totally cool too. And I think like another big thing was it's like also the other aspect of burning out and the like why a lot of these creators have just sort of like why we see it so often is just because of like just chasing the algorithm, just chasing analytics. Cause that shit, when that happens, like I mean, I don't think that we do that. I mean, I think like, you know, it's like usually like, oh, like, you know, like for example, like we knew Saltburn would be popular because everybody's talking about it. Mm-hmm. But like, you know, we also just wanted to do Saltburn. And it's like, but like if all the content that we made was purely just for numbers, like we would be miserable. And I just really do think like a lot of content creators say that you can't chase the numbers forever because it's a roller coaster.
Yeah. Also
up and down, up and down.
Yeah. I think also it's just like when you do start getting those numbers after trying so hard, it like just becomes addictive to like check on those like daily and every day. Mm-hmm. And then when they don't come in, like they get tied to your freaking self-worth and like how well you're doing. And like if like no one's watching your content, it like turns into this like, oh my God, this is scary.
Yeah,
like something's going wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Like I feel like you and I I feel like you and I are really, really really good about it. I don't know. I don't feel like you and I like are obsessed with comments or like get affected by stuff like that. But like what I can say is one of my favorite comments is when someone says the editing is super good, because it's like I work so hard. That's like that's my favorite comment is when somebody says that. And if I get that just one time on a video, I'm like, I fucking did that, bro. Mm-hmm. It feels so good. But yeah, I really try not to get super hung up on how people feel. Like one comment we get all the time: you guys cut out all the best parts of the movie or like the show.
If you wanted to give like the worst comment, if you want to troll like a reactor, just say that. Mm-hmm. Like literally just be like, you cut out all the best parts.
It's like, dude, if you want to go watch the movie or the show, go watch the movie or the show.
Like
You can't put every fucking aspect of
movie on the screen.
We're just not those strikes. Yeah, and also we're just not those reactors. We're here to make goofs.
Yeah.
While watching something. I mean, it is just us watching something and then we're making goofs out of it. So like that's just what we do, and if you don't like it, like it just honestly sounds like people use reactors to watch stuff sometimes, which is fine, but we're not your reactors. Mm-hmm. We're not the people, we're not the ones. And like, I don't know, this year I'm excited because I think we're gonna be trying out some new content this year that I'm really excited about, and I'm excited for what the trashlings will think. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to like touch on it because I saw that it's been a discourse lately about like creator burnout and stuff like that. And but you know, and a lot of people felt like it meant like, oh, YouTube's dying, but YouTube's not going anywhere. YouTube's doing just fine. And a lot of
there's new YouTubers popping up all the time.
That's
like,
the thing.
People who like gain hundreds of thousands of subscribers like overnight, and it's amazing.
Yeah, or like it's just like, you know,
just like slowly growing. Like a lot of YouTubers I watch, they just slowly grow, and like
these YouTubers are retiring, and then it's like, you know, the people. It's like, yeah, PewDiePie's young, he's still making content, but he's not at the top of his game. He doesn't need to be anymore. He doesn't need to. He's made it.
Yeah,
and he's cool with it.
Like it sounds kind of like, oh, they made it, so they don't feel like they have to work so hard. But it's like, for them to get to where they are, like the amount of like work that it took them is probably just like years off your life, and like how much work. Like, have you guys looked into Mr. Beast's eyes? Have you looked into his eyes on a video? He's exhausted.
That man needs a nap.
Like he's doing the absolute most.
Desperately.
And he's on top of his game, but I guarantee you he's like he's sad. He might not be sad, but he's tired.
I'd be sad if I was that tired.
He's exhausted.
Look at that man's eyes.
Look into his eyes.
If I ever meet Mr. Beast, I'm gonna give him a Snuggie and just be like, "You should take a nap,
take a rest,
take a fucking take a seat."
Constantly, obviously, he has a whole team behind him, but who has to be the face of his channel? Like, oh my god, they put out so much content.
The dude doesn't sleep.
I admire
Jimmy don't sleep.
The people who put out so much like content, like it's amazing to me.
It's crazy.
Like, it's like, wow, how do you guys like just like the editing?
It's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
Getting this out so fast. Obviously they have a team, but like people that I know like do it on their own. I'm like, wow, like you guys are nuts.
Yeah.
Like they're nuts, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Attention loyal subjects of the trashdom. This is a royal decree from your leaders, Papa Trash
and Baby Demon.
Find us everywhere at Demon Trashcast. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Rate and review us on the podcast platform of your choosing. Do so, or be eternally banished to the abyss.
Also, if you're here, you probably have some goblins and gremlins that will find a home in the trashdom, so share with your friends. And if you like what we do here and would like to support us, check out our Patreon for extra content and more. Signed,
Empress of Destruction.
No, how about your humble rulers,
Papa Trash
and Baby Demon?
Do it or else.
Okay, trashlings, we just finished Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. And, you know, when I come to watch anime, you know, I'm Nicole Kidman walking up to, instead of movie theater,
we come to this place.
We come to this place, aka my bed, to have a good fucking time.
Aka
right?
Crunchyroll.
On Crunchyroll. And I turned on Jujutsu Kaisen this whole season. I'm stressed. I'm stressing over this anime.
Yeah.
Like every time we turned off an episode, we'd be like, this was not a good time at all.
No,
this was not fun.
Okay, here's the thing. When Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 was announced, I was fucking stoked. And then we have to remember like where we started. Season 2 is 23 total episodes. Okay? The first couple is like telling the story of young Gojo and young Geto, right? And then we jump ahead back into the present time where shit gets fucking... It was crazy back then, but it gets even fucking crazier. And the way that I thought Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, because I don't read the manga, they warned us. They tried to warn us.
It's funny every time you like talk to a manga reader of Jujutsu Kaisen, they just nod their head and they're like,
They don't even know. And it's like, you're right. I didn't fucking know. I didn't fucking know what I was going into. I didn't know I was going into a world of hurt. So when season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen started airing, and I really thought, oh, this is going to pull me out of, this is going to be my coping mechanism. This is going to be the thing that makes me happy. Because Jujutsu Kaisen season 1, are you kidding me? I've watched that so many times. I mean, Gojo is, he's been at the top of my simp list for a very long time now. Every time I come to this place, it's upsetting. Now it depressed me. So we finished it, 23 episodes of, I was left shook. I'm left sad. I'm left angry. I'm upset. I'm in mourning. Bro, from now on, there's spoilers of season 2 Jujutsu Kaisen. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, skip ahead. So you're gone. Okay. Bro. I watch Nanami die. And then then I watch Kugisaki die. Now, Nanami, that hurt. And by the way,
that pained me because I really did simp for him since the first season.
I love Nanami. I love
in my mind palace, because I'm not mentally strong to accept death. He's in Malaysia. Everybody says that. Yeah, he's in Malaysia. I don't know what you're talking about. He's on vacation right now. Yeah. He's on vacation.
I saw Malaysia Airlines made a thing. Where
he's on vacation.
Yeah,
he's there.
He's in Malaysia.
That's where he exists. He might never come back. I'm sad about that, but he's over there having the time of his life.
You know what? He put in his hours. He deserves a vacation. No, but so I watched that episode, and then I don't know how many episodes, but it's 2 or 3 episodes after that, Nobara Kugisaki dies. And guys, it's to me that I don't know, it's because it's Itadori, Megumi, and Nobara, they're that's Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto, bro. Yeah. And they fucking killed Sakura, dude. And it's those, they're it upset me we didn't even get to see Megumi Fujiwara's reaction to that. He doesn't even know Nobara is dead. And then I'm an asshole because I needed to know because I love her. I was like, what? That, Nanami was sad, but then by the way, I was watching these episodes in the same night. So I had to deal with 2 major character deaths in the same night. I was not okay. I was actually crying. Actually upset.
Started to cry.
And then just the thought, because then I was like, they're killing fucking everybody. They're Attack on Titaning this shit. They're just killing everybody. Careful. They're just killing everybody in this bitch. What if Gojo dies? I got myself so worked up. I started sobbing on the couch thinking about Gojo dying. It's oh my God. It's and now I'm so stressed out that now I'm okay, I gotta read the manga because I don't think I can wait. I don't think I can fucking wait. And then I Googled if Nobara actually comes back. In the manga, she hasn't come back yet. But the fucking guy said her chances aren't 0.
In the show. In the anime.
It's just, it hurts. It hurts because it's I love it so much, but why does it have to pain me so much? And it continues to be good. There would be so many parts, Toto, when Best Friendo shows up, I was loving it. I love
Toto. Dude, if he died, I would have been really bummed too. I got really worried for a second. I'm like, don't you do this to me.
The thing was,
don't you do this to me.
The episodes kept going. But now, then the whole fucking story changed up real quick on the end there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
For real. Also, half the time during that show, it's what the fuck is going on? It's this person can just is so strong and OP. It's insane.
It's fucking crazy.
This person's power level, it's over 9,000. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Whenever they're talking about domain expansion, I'm taking notes. I'm okay. Yeah. All right. So it is pretty nuts because it's normally I feel I don't understand anything in life, but whenever I can start to understand a modicum of what they're talking about in Jujutsu Kaisen, I genuinely feel like a genius. I bet it's how people felt when they were talking about Rick and Morty's for smart people. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, I generally feel fucking smart, dude. Whenever I watch it, because I'm I kind of know what the fuck they're talking about. I've grasped.
Dude, that's literally why I struggle. I was trying to watch ahead with the dub, No, with the sub.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can't, because I like trying to like read and like process what's going on the screen. Like, it's a lot.
There's so much going on.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of maths.
How did you feel about the animation, Mappa? With I felt like the later episodes, because like it wasn't my favorite. I think the first season's like, I love that animation, and Mappa, like they did some cool stuff this season for sure. But like in the later episodes where things were getting real crazy,
It
like
felt rushed.
yeah, I felt like I was looking at polygons at one point. I was like, what the fuck am I even looking
It
at?
felt like some of the like
Some of the animation was
like,
pretty.
It was pretty. Like, it felt a little rough, like a little like
subpar,
like a little just rushed. Honestly, like
yeah,
it's like this looks like a sketch right now. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Which is like, I don't know if it's just the style, because I'm not, I'm new to my anime, so like it's
that
just
can
like
be a style. Like I think,
but like for me, like going from, I feel like the previous season, like it felt like there were like some things I'm just like, y'all are just trying to get these frames out right now, which is what I think I heard.
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising, but yeah, which I, shout out to the trashling who left a comment about, when we were talking about like anime studios, like they were saying like, oh yeah, like it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an insane amount of pressure.
Those people are probably like, why did I become an animator?
I would not recommend being an animator right now.
They would be like, don't do it.
I would not recommend it.
But when they probably got free and they're like, oh, I did that, but I don't know. You can always laugh at when you're not in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're in it, you're like, I want to die.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
which is why I don't recommend it.
I'm like, I think you're just a little tired right now.
I'm hungry. No, but yeah, I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen is just like, I love it so much, but like they really fucked me up this season, like bad. Like I'm in a state of emotional distress. I literally, like, I saw a t-shirt today. Mm-hmm. Like I was just randomly scrolling on Instagram and I saw a t-shirt today. It was like tough as nails and it was like a cute drawing of Kugasaki, and I literally started I'm like tearing up. Like, hold on. I started tearing up.
You were crying a little too much though. Like, you cry a little too much, I think, for anime characters.
Okay.
That's my only thing. Like,
I don't like the way you fucking said that.
She was like fucking like starting to bawl.
Okay, whatever.
Like,
okay. All right. I'm upset now. I'm upset. You're gonna fucking sit there. I can cry over anime characters. Why are you coming for me?
I'm not trying to come for you, but I just need you to remember, babes. It's lines.
Babe, you fucking literally sob over fucking book characters. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's words, babe.
It's just words, babe. No, maybe I should grow up. And that's what I'm talking about. See, like, okay, and here's my transition, right? Jujutsu Kaisen got me fucked up because they think I can handle like character deaths. Bitch, I cannot handle character deaths.
Moving forward, Sarah J. Maas universe spoilers. So skip ahead if you don't want any of this.
And that's our podcast.
That's our podcast. If you don't want spoilers, honestly, if you haven't been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, if you haven't read all of the Sarah J. Maas universe, why are you even here? Pause the video, go do all of that, level up, and get on my fucking level, bro. And then you can come back and talk to me, okay? So, when you've done that, come back. So, I actually, I'm a pro fucking athlete. Like, on my level, do you know what I had to go through to get here?
Do you know how many books I've read?
Do you know how much content and like shit I've had to read to get to this level, dude? Stacks, dog. Stacks, tomes, bitch. But anyway, Crescent City 3 comes out in T-minus 8 days from when we're filming. So in like a week when this podcast comes out. Again, spoiler fucking alert. If you have not read Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, and Crescent City, and yes, you have to read all fucking 3.
Yes.
If you have not read all fucking 3, This is not, go away.
Or if you don't care, like if you don't care about spoilers, then you can stay.
Yeah, of course. Or if you're caught up. At the end, okay. There is Crescent City 3 is like,
this is Avengers Endgame.
This is, yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. Because I looked it up because I was like,
no, this is Avengers Endgame because we're going interdimensional travel.
Okay, but aren't there 4 houses?
Yeah.
So I thought for sure, that meant that we would get 4 books. But no, there's only going to be 3 books in the Crescent City series. Crescent City 3.
See, I'm not a sorry. It's been a while since I read them all, so I don't know the houses.
I did my homework for the episode. There's only 3 books going to be in Crescent City. So this is going to be the final book of the Crescent City series, and it's also going to be finalizing Bryson Hunt's story.
Really?
That's the rumor.
Have you seen the things that like the Crescent City 3 books got put out early at certain grocery stores?
Bitch, I saw a girl get one at Safeway.
I'm like, fuck, we should go to Randall's.
All right, so let's talk about Crescent City 3 because it's coming out, and yes, this is very important to me. This is incredibly important to me. Years of dedicated fandom.
Been on a journey.
Yeah, with these fucking...
It's like 2020, dude.
2021 is when I started.
Oh.
Early 2021. I checked because I started a Goodreads and I started keeping track of my bookshelves. I went back and I saw when I bought all those books and I was reading those bitches back to front. Boom,
okay, because
boom.
I think I started listening to them in 2020.
Yes, you did.
I was like, because
you
got to get on this shit, and you're like,
yeah. And then there's that famous clip of me being like, I think I judged you. You know, I admitted to my wrongs. Here we are. All right, Crescent City 3 is coming out. Basically, what Crescent City 3 did is it finally created the multiverse. Bryce from Crescent City goes and lands in Prithian in front of
Akatar.
She goes to the Akatar world. Now we know that also in Kingdom of Ash, Aelin flies like a fucking shooting star and sees Rhysand and Feyre. So we know that she also flew over the Prithian sky at one point. So we know that this is a multiverse now. What is going to happen in Crescent City 3? There is so much going on that I couldn't even I get this is a cult.
Here, like, okay, here's my thing. Like, I don't know why, but I just like don't focus on all of the theories and stuff with Crescent City 3 just personally because like I feel like I just kind of want to be surprised by it. Do you know what I mean? Like I think with books, like I don't want really spoilers for like some of these books.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
I think that the theories are spoilers. I think
they're not necessarily spoilers, but I don't want any expectations going
totally.
into it.
But I would so here's I totally get where you're coming from because when I was thinking about this, I was like, anything could fucking happen, and I don't want to psych myself up thinking because that's I think something that does happen with this sort of stuff and with any sort of fandom is like headcanons become like if that doesn't come true then fuck that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like set myself up for like expectations of like what I want to happen because at this point I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm just how I feel going into this is like I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know how this is gonna go. Anything can fucking happen, and I'm just waiting to be taken on a ride. That's how I feel. But I do have some like thoughts of like, it would be cool if this was explored or if this actually came to be or if this theory was right. And I have a couple of those. A lot of people speculate. I think the first one I want to go over is the Throne of Glass characters, is the Throne of Glass universe going to be merged with this one? And I think a lot of people are kind of hoping that like Aelin and the gang shows up like early. I don't think that's going to happen.
Here's my hot take. I don't want the Throne of Glass characters to show up in
that is a spicy
multiverse.
hot take that you have.
I don't want them. I just personally think that the Throne of Glass series is like so perfectly self-contained in its own story that it doesn't like in like Aelin as a character like she went on her hero's journey.
She's been through so much.
She's been through way too much. the baby girl, she doesn't have anything left to give. She gave all her powers. Like I don't want her there. I just want her to live and ride off into the sunset and have saved her, like, have saved her world and her kingdom and just rest.
And
do you know what I mean?
happily.
And live happily ever after. I don't really want her in the series because I just feel like it would take everything that she went through and like that one, and also just like in my opinion, like just a perfect like story. I just want Aelin to be left alone.
No, I know, but I don't think we're gonna get the full team, gang.
Because even Aelin, she gave up all her powers to close off her world, is what she said she did, like in the book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so she just gave up her, like, if she cracks open her thing, she can get all her powers back. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, dude. That's the thing. Like, I think she's definitely bringing the Throne of Glass characters back. In what capacity? I have no idea, but I do think that's it because, you take the symbol of the mountain with the 3 stars. For the longest time, I always thought that symbolized the 3 Archeron sisters, but I don't think that anymore. I think it represents like the Archeron, like 1 star is like Feyre or the Archeron sisters, but specifically Feyre, Bryce, and Aelin is the 3 stars because I think that they're gonna, or it's the 3 worlds or something, but I don't know. There's just a lot of symbology. The other thing is that I think we're also gonna get Hunt's lineage, and that's definitely gonna be coming up.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I think we're gonna be discovering about Hunt, who he really is. Like what his lineage is.
Yeah, and I heard some crazy stuff that like potentially I've heard like so many crazy theories that could work. Like I heard a really interesting one the other day from this person on TikTok, and they were saying that we could also see Tamlin's redemption arc, probably not in CC3, but in ACOTAR 6, because but hear me out, because they were saying, you know how like Tamlin apparently killed Rhysand's like family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was like a lot of speculation that the Autumn King, like because Rune has like starborn powers, like it's very much like Night Court vibes. So what people were thinking was that actually Tamlin helped like members of the Night Court and Autumn Court escape through that star pool, because there's a star pool in the Spring Court that's literally like starlight. A starlight pool. Like, why the fuck is that in the Spring Court? Anyway, I also think we're going to find out.
Oh, like he went through the portal because he would like look down in there and like, yeah, they're down there or something like that, right?
No, like that Tamlin helped them escape through there. Yeah. And like that Tamlin, I don't know. But the thing is,
wild theory.
It's a wild theory, but it's kind of cool. And at the same time, but I also think that another theory I've had for like a while is that all these libraries or like places are connected. And so what I'm talking about is the bottom of the library in the Night Court. Remember in A Court of Silver Flames? It's like scary. And also there's like this like energy down there. Like they know something's down there. And it's like, it reminded me of some stuff from like Throne of Glass, specifically in the ruins of the old castle. There was like this library area that was like shut away. And then you also have to think about what is Jezba's library? All those books. And it's like, I feel like all of there's like this like potentially like a, I don't know, word gate or some sort of like ability to like travel through time. Connection with the libraries or something. I don't know. I just feel like something's there. Like there could be word gates.
Well, I think
connected to these like old libraries, because isn't the library like the books like Jezebel's thing? Like isn't that like that was also like ruins?
I don't think it was.
No?
Though. I don't think it was ruins. I think she had old stuff there, but she wasn't
had old
in a
stuff,
ruin.
but it wasn't. But it was like.
The only ruins that we see in Crescent City is when they like go down underneath the water, really, and like I think some of the city, like the gates and stuff.
Yeah, the word gates.
But I just think like Akatar, like part of I don't know, it suffers from some like it's old magics kind of vibes, and I feel like a lot of it, I think more of it will get explained in Crescent City 3 maybe, or like even in like as the series to go on. But like, what are some things that like you like hope to see in Crescent City 3? Like, what are like do you think not Hunt, do you think Bryce, like I know there was like a popular theory that like Bryce and Asriel were gonna be mates, and I would like hate that.
I don't love that. I don't love that. Like, I don't know where I stand with Asriel, to be honest, because
I think Asriel's so aloof to me that I would I'm hoping to see is more character development for Asriel, because I think we got like a lot for Cassian.
I think we're gonna see it in Akatar 6. That's definitely the route.
Akatar 6, but like I feel like it's like, I don't know, like Asriel's, he's like just so aloof, and he's like one of those characters that would just like
he's sort of like
when needed.
He's sort of like an enigma, but there is a lot of importance and connection with Asriel to Bryce because of his weapon truth teller.
Like, I'm not saying he's not an important character.
No,
I just think he's just not developed.
But I do think we are going to get more Asriel in CC3. To what level, I don't know, but I can tell you one of the bonus chapters is Bryce, Nesta, and Asriel. So we are getting more Asriel. Also, Asriel just plays a big, important part because of Truth Teller. Also, Asriel was the first person who found Bryce. I think in some level, the shipping of Bryce and Asriel, it makes sense. I get it. I get why people are saying that. But it's not my favorite. We'll have to see how it turns out, because to be honest, I'm open to whatever, because at this point, who fucking knows? But I do feel bad for Hunt. I do think, I don't know, there's so much going on with that. But all right, so you asked me like, what do I hope happens? Well, I hope for sure we learn more about Asriel, because I do think there's something there. I think there's something going on there. I don't know what lineage or what, something is up there. Also, the other thing is that I hope happens is obviously Hunt's lineage. Another thing I really hope that happens is that I think that we will find out more about Danica. And
bitch, Danica, bro.
Danica. I think we're gonna find out more about Danica. And I heard another crazy theory, because House of Flame and Shadow specifically, they deal a lot with necromancy, and there's been theories that Danica will get brought back. I don't know how I feel about that. Who knows? But
if I was Bryce and I saw Danica again, like I would hug her and then I'd slap her right in her fucking face.
Oh yeah. No, but I do think we're gonna learn more about Bryce, because Bryce, I think also, there's so much leading, like that's connecting her to like the
more
Duskport,
like with her powers. I want her to like fully develop them, because I feel like we're just touching base of like what her like powers fully can be. So I like really want to see like what her powers are going to be. I want to learn more about like her interdimensional like travel vibes that she has going, or because like I
want to learn about the portals or the connections between the worlds,
because sometimes I feel like it's described as like planets. Because remember when she like went into that thing, and it's like all these different look like different planets, but are they opening up different dimensions on different planets? Like, is this all in one different solar like, are they traveling to different solar systems? Like, do you like universes in some aspect? Do you know what I mean? Because time is a weird soup, so it's like, who knows how she's gonna explain that? But it's like, obviously the word gates are the ways of travel, and like controlling those and stuff like that is like how you get from place to place.
Yeah.
But like how common is that? Like, is it just this Asteri that can do it? Obviously the Vogue were able to do it at some point.
I don't know. There's just so much that could happen. That's the thing. It's like this book, like genuinely, if she can pull this off and entertain me and keep me wanting more from the series, because I feel like this is, if I was Sarah J. Maas, I'd be shitting my pants, because this book is like so important to like her life's work. And imagine she puts it out and it sucks. That's my.
I don't think it's gonna suck.
I don't think it's gonna suck, but I'm just saying, like, you have to literally do so. She's gonna have to do so much story wise.
Also, she's like
because
she's
City,
woven such an intricate web. Do you know what I mean?
Well, in Crescent City too. Then she had fucking mermaid boy, fish boy.
I know. Here's my thing. I'm gonna be like,
but,
here's one thing. I hope we're not like on Crescent City 3. What is it called? It's not is it Asgard? Midgard. I hope we're not there like for like
I don't
too
think
long.
so.
It better start on Prithian because I was aghast, gumped. Like I was shook.
Yeah.
When she landed there. And that shook me.
Yeah, and Rhysand's like, "Hello, Bryce Quinlan. I am Rhysand."
It's like,
slave boots the house down, bitch. So yeah,
like,
I don't know.
It better start there because if I'm here with Hunt for like 20 chapters, if I'm gonna get tortured, I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna get pissed off.
Who knows, man? I don't know. The point is, I'm freaking out, and I'm gonna be sat. When that book arrives on January 30th, I'm just going to be sitting here. I'm just going to be like looking out the window, just waiting for the Amazon truck. Just like,
I know we're going to finish it in 2 days.
Oh my God. I have to. Like, I have to. I have been waiting for this. Like, I have been prepping mind, body, and soul for months now. For months.
Hopefully it's good. I'd be sad if it was bad.
I had everyone around me in my life.
Huh?
All of my friends, everyone around me in my life read it.
Oh, yeah.
I pushed them to the absolute limits.
Read it.
So that I could talk to them about it.
And it's a valid thing to do.
Yeah, I just think it's funny. But I think my biggest take is that I don't think the Throne of Glass characters are going to show up as soon as we think. I think if they do show up, it's going to be a very end of the fucking final page vibe.
I think we're going to be lucky if Bryce goes back to Midgard by the end of this book.
I agree.
Because I think they're going to be doing some sort of like adventure thing where they're like, we got to find the pieces to get back there. Or like, we got to figure out who these people are. Because it's like, obviously they came here before. Or, you know what I mean? It's going to be a hunt, like information.
I think it's
artifact hunt.
It could be an adventure
vibes.
To open back up that world. Because I just think the symbolism is there. It's like threes, bro. Threes.
Well, they're like, we're not going to just. She can't just go back there. They're going to need an army or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Bryce is she's the horn, dude. I need to know what that means. Like, does that mean what you can when Bryce is the horn, like people, they say that, when you use the horn, it calls your people home. Who's her people?
That's true. Who's her people?
So that's why people think that Bryce is it the wolves? Is it the Dusk Court?
Mm-hmm.
Who's part of the Dusk Court? What if the horn actually opens up the portal again to the Throne of Glass world? I don't know. Anything could happen.
Are they the Autumn Court over there? On Prithian? Her dad?
You mean on Midgard?
Midgard, yeah.
Her dad is the Autumn King. Yeah. So King? By the way, has striking resemblances to Lucian, I think, right? So yeah, and like, so that's the other thing with the Crescent City characters is they all have striking like resemblances as if they were, as if their ancestors were people from like the Akatar world or the Throne of Glass world. Like one that gets brought up a lot is like Rune being like a descendant of Rhys.
Yeah, which I think that theory is correct.
But that's why people think that it could be Rhysand's sister who went through the star portal and was with the Autumn King. Like maybe what if the Autumn King and the Rhysand sister like got together, I don't know, or some sort of a descendant of theirs or something.
I think that just depends, maybe, like, because all those like artifacts, like, do you know what I mean? Like these artifacts that are like they have sisters. Like when in time was that made? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because it also
Did
makes
his sister have it? Because then it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely his mom. Do you know what I mean?
It has me thinking also at the same time, like whenever I was reading Throne of Glass, like they talk about like the old Fae, like where the fuck did they go? It's like they poofed.
Yeah.
They poofed. It's where'd they poof to? hello. I think they poofed either to
Well, there's that one Fae woman who made the deal with the demons to fight these people, and then like I think they went over there or something. Like I don't know, because you know how they were like they fought off.
Maybe portals on portals on portals.
A lot of portals and dimensions and time is a weird soup. So like that's why I feel like she's a really big web. She's got all these like fucking theories and like little pieces, and she just needs to tie them up in a good knot.
She set the stage, and it's an incredibly large stage with a lot going on
and a lot of people.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
see.
I'm a lot of anxious people waiting to see, like myself, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if this woman can pull this off, and shake me down like she does every time with her books, I'm gonna have to hand it to the fucking bitch, because like, are you crazy?
You know,
like, that's insane to me. That's insane. Like, you're basically it shakes me.
But you know what pisses me off though about all this Sarah J. Maas stuff? Why the fuck is there no TV shows out yet? Movies? Like, this shit blew up in 2020. And we still are just writing it. I get it. She's writing other books too. But it's like, how come Fourth Wing be on its second book and already's got a TV show being produced?
Yeah.
Why isn't this just coming out? I'm going to be dead before it comes out.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it because it's like, I understand not wanting to settle for mediocre.
Where are my rich billionaire bitches at? Let's get this shit made.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's like, maybe it could be a case of like,
obviously we had the writer's strike and all that stuff too,
right? Obviously, but
it's like,
what I'm saying is like, it could be not wanting to settle for mediocrity, or just not wanting to do it the way that she wants to do it. And you know what? I believe in that. I get that. It's like, if they want to take the story and make it something completely new, don't. Just take it what it is. It has a devout following.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna win no matter what. Got money on my mind.
Like, I feel like there's no risk. So it's like, it's
like Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson went into Lord of the Rings and he said he took the book and he took it to the screen. And guess what? People eat that shit up like fucking
he did make changes.
He made slight changes.
No, there's some big changes.
All right, fine.
Like, there's cut characters. Like,
oh, well, yeah, but like
stuff like that. But
yeah,
like,
but like
he made good changes.
He made good changes, and he embodied the spirit of what I'm trying to say.
He perfectly captured what Lord of the Rings needed to be. And it was a huge gamble, actually, for that studio. I think it almost like bankrupted them.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm saying is...
Is it Wingnut?
But what I'm saying is... I think it's New Line.
No. Peter Jackson's is Wingnut.
Oh, I don't know.
In New Zealand. I think it's Wingnut. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look it up.
That's his studio.
But no, it's his studio, and then
they did
with New
that,
Line.
like... Yeah.
Anyway, that's a tangent.
But with this, I feel like there's no fucking risk here. Like... It's like the Harry Potter universe. This book has sold more books than a freaking Bible, like within Bibles and religious texts.
Wait, it has?
Not Sarah J. Maas, but like
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
In the course of like so many books. This is the same thing for women.
I agree.
And we all have jobs now. We have disposable income. We're going to go get those tickets, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get the fucking subscription. What is it? Hulu? Amazon Prime?
Yeah,
I'll keep it. I won't even do a free trial.
I agree. I don't know. I don't know why.
Is the hold up?
I don't know what the hold up is.
I see a fucking...
It needs money. And that's the problem, though, dude. Is no one wants to invest in fantasy shows, but also no one wants to invest in a fantasy romance show for women. And that is just a fucking fact.
Well, they're fucking making a mistake.
Huge mistake.
Women have saved Barnes & Noble.
Facts.
I'm just gonna be mad if we get a freaking Fourth Wing show before I get an ACOTAR show.
We are, bitch. We are.
That's
because it's in production. Michael B. Jordan's doing his thing, and Bezos is funding that fucking. He's making this shit. I don't know who's running the Prime Video stuff, but they really saw these books and they started saying, "I'm gonna start making book movies," and it's eating, bitch.
I'm not out here to support Jeffrey Bezos, but if he's gonna start making the shows for the books that I like, I might just have to give him that one. Join me. Everything else, no. But making Lord of the Rings show, Wheel Time, all these fantasy shows, Fourth Wing.
Because Netflix,
he knows what's up.
Netflix has some hits, but they've got some major misses, and they're pissing me off. They piss me off. Like, have you seen all the Shadow and Bone hubbub? Like, people are like rioting in the streets, bitch.
Jerry Bezos should go pick that show up and put it on.
That's what I'm saying.
It's on Prime, dude.
The fucking bro, you want to monopolize on the book adaptations? Fucking do it. But like, yeah, I don't know. It does piss me off that we don't like have this stuff. And I feel like back in the day, like definitely during like the Hunger Games and Harry Potter, like studios or whoever
jumping on this stuff,
jumping on that shit. And guess what? It was a phenomenon. It could be another one, but we're not doing it. And I don't know why. I don't know why. We had
fucking Twilight.
We're trying to do like reboots. Why are we doing
Games.
Reboots? You have literally literature here, ready to fucking go.
New,
Prime,
to be made, new
ready
stories.
to be made. People
but it's not even like,
obsessed.
But it's not even like, oh, it's something obscure. No, this is a fucking series that's been so popular for like the past 4 years. It has a cult-like following. What is the holdup on the TV show?
Where are my SJM trashlings at? Oh, how are you guys feeling? Are you feeling the buzz? Are you guys stoked? Like, I need to talk to you guys about this because I am so excited. I literally look at my calendar every day, and literally every morning, I look at my calendar every day and I count how many days are left until Crescent City 3. It's very important to me. And like I've just recently started watching recap videos, theory videos over the past couple of days.
I feel like I need to watch some recaps.
There's some good recap videos out there that they go over everything. So that because it's like that's the thing. That's why I'm saying like you don't understand. This is 14 giant fantasy books from different series that are all coming together into this big moment. The stage there's been so many pieces. It feels like a Warhammer table that she has to orchestrate into a book. There's so much going on. There's so many pieces. Lots of pieces everywhere.
That's a lot of pieces.
So many pieces.
I don't know if you guys know about Warhammer, but it's fucking ridiculous.
It's a lot.
It's
anyway,
inexpensive.
I'm losing my voice because I don't want to talk about. I can't keep talking about Sarah J. Maas because I could talk about Sarah J. Maas universe like literally all day. Oh my god, can I really quick though? Me and my friend started a Baldur's Gate 3 run through, and we each created a Sarah J. Maas girly, and I'm playing Bryce. And
I sure thought you'd be Feyre.
No, my friend Nick is playing Feyre because he loves Feyre. And then my bestie is playing Aelin. And I'm playing Bryce.
What class?
Bryce. I was just trying to remember. She's a fighter.
Yeah.
Fighter.
That makes sense.
This is so specific.
Anyways, thanks for the fucking invite. All right, let's go.
Okay. Thanks, Trashlings, for being here. And I hope, let me know. Let's talk about Crescent City 3.
Bye.
Bye.